Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Tasty T's Kitchen. And you already know, Mrs. T is me. Okay, today I will not be cooking today. Today I will be giving you a story time on how I found out that I needed heart surgery. Okay, on the 20th, I had my last child. My last child is my sixth child. I had him April 16th, 2013. Excuse the alarm, the beeps. I got to try to, I keep changing the batteries. I guess I don't know what I'm doing, so I got to get my son over here to change the batteries for me. But I had my baby boy, my last child. I had him in 2013, April 16th. Okay, after I had him, a couple of weeks, I was getting ready to go back to work, and I noticed that I was having shortness of breath. Everything I did, I mean, if I changed his pamper, it was shortness of breath. If I tried to wash clothes, try to hang clothes up outside, I was having shortness of breath. So I was like, you know what? I can't go back to work feeling the way that I'm feeling. I need to go to the ER and see what's really going on with me. So I went to the ER a week before I had to go back to work after my maternity leave. I went to ER, and when I went to ER, I let them know how I was feeling, what was going on with me, and they ran all type of tests on me. But when the test came back, they had kept me for a week, because when the test came back, I had they told me I had fluid around my heart. So they kept me in to try to get all that fluid and stuff from around my heart and everything. That's why I was having shortness of breath. And they also gave me fluid pills, and they also gave me heart, no, they didn't give me the heart medicine at first. They just gave me fluid pills. So, okay, after that, I went back, I got myself together, I went back to work. Then after time went going by, then I went back to the hospital again because I was still feeling the same symptoms. So they continued to told me I needed to take my fluid pills twice a day. So I started taking them twice a day. Time went on, everything was going fine. My symptoms came back, shortness of breath. And this particular time, it was hard for me to sleep, lay down and sleep, to really lay down. So I had to sit up if I wanted to sleep, because every time I laid down, it felt like I couldn't hardly breathe. I couldn't hardly breathe, or it just was very uncomfortable to me. So I went to I'm gonna make an appointment to my primary doctor. So after I went to my primary doctor, I told him the symptoms that what was going on with me. And I said, I'm taking my pills like I'm supposed to take my pills, but look like something else is going on. I'm back having my shortness of breath, and I can't hardly sleep at night. And I remember some days when I used to go to work, I used to be up all night long. And I used to have to be to work 4:30 in the morning. Don't you know, I used to be up. I probably used to get 2 hours of sleep. Sometimes I used to have to be to work 4:30 in the morning. But I used to be in that kitchen around about 3:30 because I couldn't sleep. So, and that was really weighing my body down, really tiring my body down. So, my primary doctor gave me made me a referral to go see heart doctor. So when I went to the heart doctor, they took all type of tests on me and stuff like that. Then they telling me that's when they told me I had congested heart failure. So they took all type of tests and stuff. So they still really didn't know what was really, causing my heart. First they told me it was because I had multiple children. And when I had those multiple children, they was putting a strain on my heart. So, they started giving me heart medicine. And I was taking Entresto and a lot of more the heart medicine that they was giving me. So after that, they told me that I had to have no. After I went back to my heart doctor, she told me that something was going on with my valves on my heart. She said the blood is not going through the valves like they're supposed to. The blood's supposed to go through the valves, but instead the blood was okay. This is my valve. The blood's supposed to come through here and out the other one. My blood was just like that. It was just like going back and forth, hitting against the wall. So it really wasn't doing nothing. And then also the valves had done got hardened. They had done hardened my valves. So they told me that I might have to have heart surgery. I might don't. I said, oh Lord. So I cried. I did what I had to do. Then I came home and I talked to my children. They made me an appointment to go see the heart doctor who was going to do the surgery to let me know a little more about what was going on. No, let me back up. After she told me that I might have to have heart surgery, she ran some more tests on me. And then when those tests came back, she stated that, yes, I had to have heart surgery. Then that's when she started deciding, telling me, it's two hospitals that do heart surgeries where I stay at and where I work at. They don't specialize in doing heart surgeries. So it was two hospitals that I picked. And I picked one of the hospitals because one of the hospitals, everybody always go there. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to this hospital right here, since they really specialize in, in the heart. So I went to that appointment, and I met up with that doctor who was going to do my surgery. He let me know what was going on, that, that he had to repair one of my valves. No, he had to go in, and he either going to repair them or he going to replace them. And he stated that he was going to replace them with a cow valve. So I said, oh, Lord, a cow valve. So he said, yeah, that's what they replaces the valves with. He said it's either a cow valve or either a metal one. And he said if you do the metal one, you have to take blood thinners for the rest of your life. And you have to always take those blood thinners. So I prefer my patients to do the cow valve. So I say, okay, that's what I do. Me and my family, we talked about it. We agree upon it. So he let me know. So my daughters was asking, how this come about? Why she have to, how it just started on about? He say it's either that when she was young, she had a heart murmur, or she had a rheumatic fever. And a rheumatic fever, that is something that you have as a child, and the older that you get, it started messing with the valves on your heart. Or I either had a heart murmur. So I had to ask my sister, because ain't nobody never tell me that I had a rheumatic fever. So I asked my sister, I don't know about a rheumatic fever. She said, but I know when you was young, they were saying something about you had a heart murmur, or holding your heart. So I stated that to the doctor, and that could have been part of it too. Me, I'm thinking you don't have no heart surgery unless you have a blockage. You have a heart surgery. So, when they told me that, I realized it's a lot of things that causes you to have heart surgery, right? So he let me know that I needed to have the heart surgery. Basically, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no way around it. Straight to the point, you need this surgery. If you want to have a long life, longer than it'll be a little more longer with the surgery. If you don't get the surgery, it ain't gonna be too long. That you ain't gonna be here too long. But so I said, at the end of the day, we all got to give. Everybody, I believe in God. I trust in God. But at the end of the thing, everybody, You got to trust in God. Yeah, I trust in God, but at the end of the day, God give all us common sense. He give all us common sense. So I went on here and I had that surgery. So and I trusted God because I know He was gonna be right there with me. So once He told me about this heart surgery, I was sitting in there. I'm trying to hold it in. My daughter was right there by me. I'm trying to hold it in. I'm trying to hold it in. And she said, "Mama, you sitting there trying to be strong. You better let it out." And boy, when she told me that, I boo-hoo cried. I boo-hoo cried. I boo-hoo cried. When I had my surgery, I told a few selected people, when you going through, you can't tell everybody what's going on with you. People will pray against you. Okay, and especially when he told me that I was going to be on the life support machine, and he told me my surgery was going to be like, I think it was like 5 to 6 hours. My surgery was. And you know, once somebody hears life support machine, they swear that's it, it's over. But they needed that for the machine to help me, help me breathe because the surgery was a long surgery. Then after I got back out of the surgery, he came and he talked to my. One thing about it, when I was in surgery, they always called my family to let them know, okay, she's doing good. This is what we doing. This is what we doing next. And he, they let him know. So, but when I came out of my surgery, they asked you, do you know where you at? Because when I came out of the surgery, they told my sister, lady say, she finna wake up. Because, they wait till you wake up. So my sister asked him, well, how y'all know she finna wake up? So the lady say, because she's starting to breathe over the machine. She's starting to breathe over the machine. So my sister said, oh, okay. So when I woke up, they had that thing, tube in my throat. I wanted to take that out so bad. Ooh, that thing. But they told me I had to wait. I had to wait for the person who to come take it out. And it took it out. But the surgery wasn't bad at all. It was my recovery. My recovery. I mean, that was like bad, but through it all, I got God healed me within 2 months. I started doing everything normal, and I think I went back to work within almost 3 months after I had my surgery. But I truly thank God. I thank my family. I thank the ones who was there for me and everything. But that's how I found out I had to have open heart surgery after I had my last child, and that's when my congestive heart failure started going through. And I didn't know. One of the doctors told me you can have congestive heart failure and don't know until something happened. And I guess after me having my last child, that put that strain on my heart, or that heart murmur, or what I've been going through. So I probably had congestive heart failure and didn't know it until after I had my last child, and that's when all my symptoms came up. But to God be the glory. But I just wanted to let y'all know. That's how I found out I had open heart surgery. I'm gonna put a picture in. I'm gonna put a picture in when I was in the hospital, laying in the hospital bed. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Come on, help a girl out.